So, a few days ago, I uploaded a video that went horribly wrong and ended up getting the Platform's community guidelines strike against my channel. I'm appealing it now, but it may well be removed. And as for my channel, well, maybe I'll get away with this warning. But then again, maybe it will be taken down to... So, yeah, I know a bit dramatic, but you never know these days, right? And so today, I thought we'd explore a situation where perhaps no rules or laws or people even exist. After all, how many times have you looked at the night sky and pondered the possibility of being the only one out there, alone in a universe full of nothingness? And sure, that's a pretty bleak way to think about things. But what if it wasn't just the universe that was empty? What if one day you woke up and the entire world was gone? No voices, no traffic, no signs of life. Just you and the empty world around you. Well, let's imagine that. Now, the sun would creep through your window and onto your eyelids, rousing you from sleep. Your alarm clock wouldn't be blaring its insistent tune because why would it? It would be powered by electricity. You'd probably sit up in bed and reach out to silence the insistent buzzing, but your hand would need empty air. And for a moment, you wouldn't understand why. You'd call out, hoping for a response, but only silence would answer you. You'd throw back the covers and jump out of bed. Perhaps pour yourself a bowl of cereal or make some toast. The cupboards and fridge would be full, but you'd eat in silence. The television would be on, tuned to some local news station. They'd be reporting on the latest traffic conditions, the weather forecast, anything really except for the fact that the world seemed to be ending. You'd step outside and discover a world without anyone else in sight. You'd wander down the streets, past houses with doors open, mail piling up in their mailboxes, toys lying about on the floor. Where was everyone? Had they all just vanished into thin air? The park nearby would be filled with swings, swaying gently back and forth, seesaws moving up and down, slides waiting for tiny bodies to climb up them. You'd look to the sky, wondering when it had turned into a cartoon. As you continued to explore, you'd eventually come across another human being. Or would you? You'd search house to house, desperate for an answer, pushing open creaky doors, calling out names into the echoing void. The further you'd go, the more disturbing it would all become. Abandoned cars on the freeway, grocery stores with produce rotting on the shelves, houses stripped bare, you'd stumble across gruesome scenes, corpses lying where they'd fallen, still clutching their phones or half-eaten dinners. At some point, you'd come to the harsh realization that you were indeed alone, the last person on earth. Perhaps then you'd laugh, a hysterical, ugly sound that echoed around you, bouncing off buildings, mocking you. What now? The world was yours. Everything you'd ever wanted was within reach. You could do anything you desired. What did you do? The initial wonder would quickly fade, replaced by the harsh realities of your new existence. You'd realize that the world couldn't sustain itself without humans to maintain it. And you were just one person. You'd grow vegetables, but they'd rot before you could harvest them. You'd fix a leaky pipe, but the water would soon turn cold and stagnant. You'd tend to a fire, but it would die down while you slept. Days would turn into weeks, weeks into months. The seasons would change, but who was there to notice? The occasional meteor streaking across the sky, a shooting star in a dark velvet expanse, a silent witness to your plight. Imagine that the earth was your prison. You roamed freely, yet were trapped forever. What would you do? Some might seek to preserve humanity in its entirety, scouring the internet, gathering every book, movie, song. Others might lose themselves in the simple things, playing the piano in an empty concert hall, dancing in a moonlit meadow. Still, others might embrace chaos, racing cars through the streets, jumping red lights, letting the engine's roar fill the void. Some might hide, barricading themselves indoors, surviving on canned goods, hoarding water, watching the world die. Outside, a slow, painful death. Imagine waking up in an empty bed, the sheets cold against your skin, your breath fogging in the silence. The only sound, your heartbeat in the quiet room. The dust motes dancing in the pale moonlight, filtering through the window pane. Each hour ticking by, each minute stretching into an eternity. You'd talk to ghosts, you'd argue with shadows, you'd read the same books over and over. You'd watch the same movies until they made no sense. You'd listen to the same songs until your ears bled. The novelty of endless chocolate bars, unlimited French fries and pizzas would wear off. Soon, the food would taste like ash in your mouth. Fresh fruit would turn to leaden weights in your stomach. Water would trickle down your throat, unsatisfying, unquenchable. The world, once vibrant, would fade 2 shades of gray. The sun, a distant memory behind leaden clouds. The moon and stars, cold, distant specks of light, offering no warmth. All sounds would become deafening. The wind, a banshee's wailed through the trees. The rain, a hammer blow on the roof. The silence, a screaming void. All smells would invade your senses. Flowers, sickly, sweet. Grass, rank, earthy. Rain, metallic, petrol. Each sound, each smell, a torture, a reminder of what once was. A mockery of what could never be again. Your mind would play tricks, faces in the clouds, voices in the wind, footsteps behind you. You'd turn, but there would be no one there. You'd smile, a sad, hollow sound echoing in your chest. You'd laugh, a broken, mirthless sound swallowed by the emptiness. You'd age. Wrinkles would etch themselves around your eyes, your mouth. Your skin would sag, your muscles atrophy. Your hair, once a rich tapestry, would thin to wisps on your head. You'd grow frail, your steps slower, your hands shaken. You'd look to the sky, pleading for oblivion, for release. And then one day you wouldn't wake up. The sun would rise and set. The moon would wax and wane. The seasons would turn. The earth would spin on its axis. Indifferent, the world would go on, oblivious to the one who had been. Or maybe, just maybe, there'd be a flicker of movement in the corner of your eye, a rustle of leaves, a bird taking flight. Perhaps the world wasn't so empty after all. Maybe there was someone out there, somewhere, just like you, struggling to survive, clinging to hope. Maybe, just maybe, you weren't alone. Thanks for watching. What would you do if you were the last person on Earth? Share your thoughts below. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for more. Until next time, stay curious.